Hello, everyone. This is Chris Vita here for That's My Entertainment. And today we're about ready to talk to the legendary Bear McCreary. So come along with us. We got an exciting panel coming your way. So we're here with Rhea. Now, what you might not know is Rhea got started out in jazz. Now, can you give everybody a little bit of history, just where you started from and how you came to where you are today?
So jazz was just kind of the music I started with, but I think like that sort of music is it's very deep. Like the harmonies are very deep. The colors are dark and swirly and murky, and the jazz music incorporates all kinds of different emotions. So I think it was a good place to start because from there, when you're used to working with a really, really varied emotional pool, you can kind of go in any direction, you know?
I love jazz because it's almost that kind of, like you said, it's dark, but it's that, like usually that feel where it's still dark but bright and clean. And it's like you take the light out of the darkness.
Exactly. Yeah. And so then when I started moving into writing my own music, it was lots of different genres. It wasn't just that. No.
Now, is there a genre you haven't done yet that you would want to do?
Well, I have not done heavy metal, and it's funny because now I'm on a heavy metal record, and I'm like the one non-heavy metal song. So I don't know. I guess what else would I want to try? I mean, I haven't done country music. I could do that too.
Can we do a country rock?
Yeah, we could do that. Who knows? I'm open to anything.
So now everybody has a process and a place where they center themselves.
Yeah.
What do you use to center you when you're, obviously you're that creative mind and there's so much stuff going on. What do you use to center yourself?
That's really interesting. I try to get to the root of what I'm saying, especially if I'm writing. I allow myself, I guess this is just process. Like if I'm writing a poem and I really want to center and figure out what it is I'm trying to get at, I allow myself to write knowing in my mind that I might not keep a huge percentage of what I'm writing. And lots of times, I challenge myself to write for 10 minutes a day. And I tell myself, none of it might be usable. I might have to toss it all, but you have to write just to get the muscle going to work it out.
Get it started.
Yeah. And lots of times by the time I get to the last line, I'm like, oh, that's what I was trying to say, So I think to center myself, I just keep asking myself the question, like, is that what I'm trying to say? Is that what I'm trying to say? Is that what I'm trying to say?
It's really awesome. Well, I know we're kind of busy and I appreciate you taking your time.
Course,
So thank you. So Matthias, can you tell us a little bit about what goes into world building for you? Like what's your definition of world building?
It's the best possible outcome of being a creative author. It's the possibility you get to not only create something because it's your work, like in my case, a comic book artist, but the chance you get to build your own sort of playground of characters, of ideas. It's so much more interesting than just creating something that it's on a script. You just put together a little world where you can have fun in your own rules. I will say that's the very essence of world building. You're building from zero, your own kind of thing.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite world that you've built so far? Or is there something that you want to build that you haven't built yet?
Yeah, my most favorite of all, it's our original graphic novel, Coda. It's called Coda. Went through Boom Studios, the publisher, comic book publisher. And it's my favorite because it's the story that I had the most fun doing. I feel it's the most personal work also as well. And like in many fictional universes that you create, you feel that your characters are alive, that the places you create are actual and real. So it doesn't feel like it ever ends. It lives in your mind rent-free forever. It's like a world, it's going on real time in your mind. Even if you're not doing it or writing it or doing art for it, it still exists.
It's awesome. Well, I know we're kind of busy, so I thank you for your time and I appreciate it. With Bear McCreary. Did I say that right?
Bear McCreary, yes.
You have composed so many films, so many games. You've done one of my favorites, which is Godzilla's King of the Monsters, which I have to say was the most beautifully scored Godzilla movie I think I've ever heard.
them's fighting words because there's some great Godzilla
There were,
scores.
but I feel you brought it back to where the classic needed to be.
Well, thank you. And did you see Godzilla -1?
I have not watched it yet.
All right, so that's why you like my score, because I'm telling you, Godzilla -1, I was like, oh, I'm so jealous. It's so beautiful. There's a love letter to the Akira Ifukube music that I did also. But I mean, you're right. I think that there's a tradition in Godzilla for this incredible music. And when I got hired on this American film, I just thought I want to bring in those classic Japanese themes, and I want to bring in that Blue Oyster Cult song that I love so much.
So great.
Yeah.
Now, you've done so many dramas, like I said. Is there a genre that is your favorite or that you haven't done yet that you want to do?
Man,
Like a heavy metal Godzilla movie, maybe?
I mean, well, every Godzilla movie is heavy metal. I love heavy metal so much, I just made my own heavy metal record.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that just came out. It's called The Singularity, and I did it because I don't get to do enough heavy metal. And if you like Godzilla King of the Monsters, it's all the same people that played on that score that I pulled together, along with people like Slash and Corey Taylor from System of a Down, Corey from Slipknot, and Jens Kidman from Meshuggah. It's like a metal record with a capital M. But I got tired of waiting, man, for that genre, so I just had to do it.
Maybe we'll get you casted on a new heavy metal anime series.
That'd be really fun. I mean, I got to say, part of the inspiration was also this show, Metalocalypse.
Great show.
It's a great show, and I got to know Brendan Small really well. I actually worked on that show, doing some of the more recent stuff that had live orchestra in it, and that was kind of my gateway into getting to know all those folks.
And finally, last question. I believe you're doing Broadway now. I believe you kind of let that slip a little bit.
I did let that slip. Whoops. I'm working on a new stage musical called Particle Fever, which is an adaptation of a documentary about the real-life scientists who discovered the Higgs boson at the Large Hadron Collider in CERN. So it's about real scientists. It's about real science.
The new Hamilton.
I mean,
Calling it now.
Here's the thing. Hamilton was about a subject that you fell asleep in during 8th grade. I think particle physics is ready for its moment on Broadway. I really do.
And you're the man to bring it there.
Well,
so.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And my team that I'm working with is just top notch. I am the odd duck bear. My book writer is David Henry Wong, who wrote M. Butterfly and Yellowface. He's a legend in theater. And my co-writer is Zoe Sarnak, who's got multiple shows opening this year. And our director is Lee Silverman, who was just Tony nominated for Suffs. So it's like there's all these theater legends and me coming together to tell this incredible true life story.
Well, I know we're busy and you're short on time, so I thank you for your time, sir.
Thanks so much.
Have a good one.